Hi, Steven Tanzi here again. Originally, I was going to do an SCA video, but my shed is snowed in. So, we're going to do another tech video. Alright, so this week I'm going to be talking to you about different screen resolutions. Now, this doesn't just affect computers, this will also affect TVs, so I think this is a pretty good place to start. The lowest resolution I'll talk about is probably 240p. This is, I think, the lowest YouTube will go if it's having trouble rendering something, and it's just a very, very pixelated format. Now we go up to 480p. This used to be standard before we had high definition TVs. And so this was more of the square style TVs, if you remember that. Moving up from 480p, we have 720p. Now 720p is what is considered standard definition usually. Sometimes I'll see 480p referred to as standard definition, but most of the time people are talking about 720. 720p is where we get into widescreen formats, and it's not terrible, but we kind of quickly moved over 720p in favor of 1080p. 1080p is what I would consider to be the standard size nowadays. There's sometimes you'll find difficulty still getting a laptop that has at least 1080p or like a computer monitor. One thing I'll say too with 720p is if you find a really cheap TV at like Target or something, sometimes they are 720, so you just want to make sure to check that before you get anything. TVs nowadays, most of the ones you're going to buy new are 4K. Up until 4K, you'd have like 1080p, 720p. It was the amount of pixels going up and down the screen. So like 1080p, for example, is 1920 pixels across by 1080 pixels up and down, which makes sense. 4K, off the top of my head, is like 3840 by 21 something. I'll put the actual measurements up on the screen. But what it is it's 4 1080p. It's the amount of 4 1080p resolutions. So it's as if you took me and you made it 4 different slots on the screen, and that's how many pixels are on it. Going up from here, that's how the Ks work. So like 8K would be 8 1080p's worth of pixels. With that said, I hope this kind of helps you understand the difference in resolution. I'm Steven Tanzi, and like I've said in the last one, there are plenty of local stores you can go to try to find a monitor and talk more if you're confused about what some of these things mean. With that, have a good day.